Hello my lovely, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you the Club Nebula palette and I'm going to show you 7 looks with this stunning palette. This is such a stunning palette, look at this. Oh. I'm going to show you 7 looks because I have used this palette all week and I have come up with some looks that are very wearable and for every occasion, so you can actually wear this palette every day. If you are new here, then hi, welcome. I am so glad you're here. My name is Nyqvist and on my channel I want to inspire you to use a little bit of color every day. As I'm doing right now, because I feel like if you are falling in love with a colorful, beautiful, colorful palette like this, but you don't know how to actually use it every day, then girl, you are at the right place. I love to play with high-end and indie makeup, so if this is totally your jam, then please consider subscribing because I would love to have you here. I upload 2 times a week and sometimes I even throw in a bonus video as well. So, the Club Nebula palette, of course, a beautiful collaboration between Angelica, Nyqvist and Kaleidos. Both of which I am totally fangirling over. I love Angelica. If you want to skip the fangirling part, girl, I get it. Skip to, I will put a timestamp here. But Angelica for me is like, I don't know. I found her a few years ago and I fell in love with her immediately because I love her accent, I love her style, I love her character, I love that she always is totally fighting for her beliefs and her principles and that she shines that through in her videos, but she's never belittling. I love her, and of course her style, oh my god, the looks she creates are stunning. They are sometimes a bit too much for me, but I love to watch how she does her makeup and just tone it a little bit down and then make it my own. But she is such an inspiration to me and I love her. I love her more because she's Swedish. Maybe you don't know this about me, but I love Sweden. Me and my husband are actually planning to move to Sweden in a few years. We are going to save up for a house there, and then when we are, nearing our retirement age, we are going to move. We are going to do the same thing as my mom and stepdad have done. They have moved to Sweden recently after having a house there for like 15 years. I think, and that house is even near where Angelica grew up, so that is kind of funny. But Sweden to me is like it's just my Valhalla. It's my safe haven. It's my Garden of Eden. I love it, and I love Angelica even more because she lives in Sweden. So yeah, so that's enough about the fangirling. I'm sorry if you had to sit through that. Sorry. But I'm a big fan. So when she was collaborating with Kaleidos, it was like a match made in heaven. I love Kaleidos. I have all their palettes. I have done several videos on them. I will leave the timestamps. I'm sorry. I will leave the videos down below so you can watch those as well. But it is a match made in heaven. I love both and I totally understand what is happening here. The palette. I have swatches for you, I have a close-up of the palette, and I have 7 looks. The 7 looks I will do in a split screen way. So on one side I will be telling you what colors I use, and on the other side I will show you what I've been doing to apply them. But this is the palette, if you haven't seen it. I paid $45 for it, and I think I paid $8 shipping, something like that. I think that is really reasonable. I think I got this in 2 weeks time, and I live in Holland. It has to ship from China, I believe, so I think that is really good. I received it in this box, which is also extremely stunning. Ugh. It opens like this, and then in here you have like the little sleeve the palette came in. It's a box, and on the back you have all the ingredients and the information, which is not at the back of the palette. But this thing, I'm totally going to keep this. I think I'm going to store my lashes in here. I don't use lashes a lot, but I really am trying to, get into them, and I think I'm going to store them in here. So I think that is lovely. I didn't opt to get the Club Nebula play card deck because, yeah, it's fun, but I never do that. So I didn't get those. At the moment, the palette is sold out. They did a restock, I think, yesterday. It is the 19th today, I believe. No, it's the 20th. So they did that the day before yesterday. Is that how you say that? I think so. And it sold out really quickly because people are going gaga over this palette, and I totally get why. But they are trying, I think Angelica said on her stories that they are trying to restock, and I hope that will happen soon because this is a palette I think it's inspiring, it's challenging, but it's totally everyday appropriate, as you will see, because I have 7 beautiful looks for you. 7 looks you can wear every day to show you how to get the most use out of this palette. So let's start with look number 1. For this look, I wanted to do something purple, and I think I succeeded. I used Cylon, this shade. I didn't even use this shade, I only used this shade. And then I put this You're My Only Hope. I love that name. You're My Only Hope. I put it all over my lid, and then I put Nova in my inner corner. But then I saw that Nova had a very powerful, like pinky purple shift, and I just dragged it all over my lid. And that's all I used. Only this one, and that one. And I think this look came out so dang cool for just 3 shades. I love it. I put some of that Cylon also on my lower lash line, and not too much because I think it's bold enough as it is, but I love this look. It is so stunning. It is a little bit more out there. I don't know if this is something I would wear it to work. I say, yeah, I would wear it to work, but it is a little bit more dark and a little bit more sultry. But this is perfect for like having dinner somewhere, or you know, having like a fun friend night at home. I think it looks really nice, and it's, in my opinion, really wearable. Look number 2 is this moment. Oh my god, look at that sparkle. It is so stunning. I have used, well, a lot of the greens and blues. I started off with this one in my outer corner. Then I mixed these 2 together to do some of that like blown out crease work, but I didn't want to get it too high up. And to make sure it's not too loud, I used this to blend out that crease a little bit. So that is why you see that like, well, what is it? A salmon-y color in my crease as well. That is going to the brow bone. I don't want to get it too high up to the brow bone, because that is when I feel it gets too loud. Then I put this beautiful shimmer in the outer corner. This, I didn't want to flip you off, I'm sorry. This one on the lid, and then I put this beautiful shade in the inner corner, but this was really purple. So what I did, I just mixed these 2 a little bit. So I just layered them on top of each other. Oh my god, it is such a beautiful palette. This is look number 3, and I must say I totally love it. It's just a full matte look. I made it a little bit more smoky, but not extreme. And of course, if you want to, you can keep this a lot lighter if you need to. But I think this is pretty much okay. I just had a meeting. They didn't look at me like I was crazy, so I think I'm okay. I used this shade in my outer corner, blended it out, took my time. I blended it up to my brow bone, just blended it up, blended it out upwards. Is that a word? Is that how I say it? And then I deepened it up with this shade just in my outer corner, and I used this shade just to blend out like on the lid and blend out on my brow bone, just to make it a little bit more of a cohesive look. And then I took this shade and this shade on my lower lash line. And if you want something popping in your inner corner, I think this could look really cute, or this one. While I'm at it, I'm just going to add this You're My Only Hope, because I think it's a fun one. You're My Only Hope, that is that purple shimmer shade. I'm going to add it to my inner corner, just to show you what I meant with putting a little bit of a pop of brightness in your inner corner. I think that looks so cute. I can add, just for that inner corner brightness, I think that looks really cute. For look number 4, I believe this is, I have done something a little softer, because I wanted to see if you can do something soft with this very bright and jewel toned palette. I have used this shade. This is same as in my crease. Then I put a little bit, not necessarily to deepen it up, but just to give some dimension to it. I have used Red Giant, and I tapped in my brush really lightly, tapped it off, and really concentrated on that corner. And then I put this shade. This is Naru. I have put Naru just a tiny bit over that outer corner to make it a little bit more soft and not so bright, because I didn't want to make it bright. And then for the lower lash line, I put on Gravity, and as you saw, I put a Linda Hallberg pencil in my waterline. And I must say, I really like this. I think it's really fun. It's a pop of color, but it's also really soft. And I think it's really cool that this palette can go here when it looks so bright and so dark and so sultry, but you can totally do something like this. I love that. For this look, I went a little bit more out there, but I think, you know, this palette is totally, you just have to do some looks that are really out there. And I'm going to show you what I used. Of course, there's a split screen. I started off with this blue shade, which is called Void, and I just started that out in my outer corner. I took my time to blend it out a little bit more. I didn't really blend like swiping my brush. I just stamped on the color because I think that gives the most beautiful and most even effect on my eyes, because I have a little bit of a moving eyelid. I'm old, you know, I'm getting old. It's going to get worse. So if you're stamping down the color, it doesn't create those like little lines in the skipping. So that is what I did. Then I took this shade at 7 of 9, and I took it on a small brush and stamped it on, and to bring it down to my inner corner to make a bit of a gradient. Then in my outer corner I took that Astro shade, which I think is so stunning. I put that in my outer corner. I sprayed it a little bit to make it more foiled and to make sure that it stayed in the place I want it to be. And then I took this green shimmer, which is Firefly. I also sprayed it down. I spray all of these shades down because they are quite, they don't have a base of their own, but they're so glittery that if you spray them, they get really foiled. And as you can see, it's like it's just its own shade and its own color. Then I use this Crux Flash Crayon by Linda Holopatic because I think that gave a little dimension to my lash line, because I think with a bold look like this, that is really nice. I took this Naru shade and I blended it out my crease. I blended the crease a little bit more because I didn't want to bring that like blue very high up. I must say that at the end of the day, it does become really dark. As you can see, it's quite a dark crease, but I don't mind it. And what I also did, I pulled another palette and I just took a very blanc eyeshadow and I just put that in on my brow bone. And I think with doing that, it became like a beautiful full look. It is bold, but it's not extreme. I really love this look. I think this is totally a weekend look, totally something. I wouldn't wear this to work, but I love this. I love to go bold sometimes. I love it with my eye color. I think that like shimmer color, what's it called? The Astro color is almost the same color as my eyes. Another look. Today I did something I think is very fun and very cute, but it's a bit different. It's a bit different. I have mainly used this shade and this shade, which are Naru and Samus. I don't know. These two in my crease and on my lid, just to make a very subtle base and, you know, but give it some dimension on my eye with that darker like taupey shade, but not too much. And then I took my shimmer shades, all three of these, and Nova, and I started with this one, which is Celestial at the end part of my eye. And then in the middle, I took Firefly, the green one. Then I went into You're My Only Hope, and Nova is in my inner corner. And I think that is a very fun way to play with these like shimmers and have some color and some sparkle, but not have it too much and too out there. Yeah, I think this is cute. And because this Celestial shade didn't give a lot of dimension in my inner or outer corner, I also took Nebula just on a very small brush, and I put it a little bit in that outer corner, and of course put some mascara on my lower lash line and or on my lower lashes. And I think it looks really, really cute, really different. And it's like, what's happening here? What's happening? I think it's really cute. Hey guys, for look number 7, I totally forgot to tell you with the palette in my hand, but I am putting in my crease Seamus and Naru. Here I have a very big fluffy brush, so I can just blend it out very easily. Then I took a sprayed brush and I took a Nebula on that brush and I took it over my lid, and I got a little bit more opacity this way. Then I took my pinky finger into Celestial and applied that over Nebula and in my inner corner. Then I took a Red Giant on a small brush, took it in my outer corner and blended it out just to see, well, just to give it more some dimension and some pop of color. And I think it looks really cute. Then I added some liner and some mascara, and this is the finished look. Very cute as well. Ladies, those were the 7 looks I did with this palette. This is actually the 8th because I didn't show you this, but this is just a liner. I'm going to show you. I'm sorry, I didn't do this at the beginning. So I hope you are here at the end. Let me know down below if you stay till the end. I started with this, then I used this one, then I used this, then I used the blue, and then I used the green. And then I just got the white out of the Lethal Cosmetics. I think it's the After Dark palette, they never show. This shade, that's the shade, I think it's called Frequency, and if I'm wrong I will put it on the screen, but I think it's called Frequency. I put that in my outer corner just to make it a little bit brighter. And I have the Beauty lip gloss from Lisa Eldridge on my lips. I think it is really cute. It's a very warm day today, so I have very bright coloring and I am loving it. I hope you loved this video. I hope that you got some inspiration on how to use this palette every day, because I think it is stunning and you totally can wear palettes like this every day. If you need some inspiration on other type of palettes, maybe rainbow palettes, maybe certain palettes you bought but you're like, I totally fell in love with the color story, but now what? Tell me, Nyqvist, now what do I do? Because I want to get more use out of that palette. Let me know down below. I'm happy to do that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved this video. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I would love to see you in my next one. Bye!